Hola! Welcome to The Dream Unlocked, boutique coaching for actors, writers, and dreamers. Today, as promised, I'm going to talk about how do you know your script is finished. I got a great question about I need a checklist for how to know that my script is done. Okay? How can I better balance character development and story thrust? It was a great question I got from John McMahon. And then I also got an amazing question from Session, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Session, who asked me about, is there a checklist to say that a work is close to completion? I'm going to give you that checklist right now. It's called an outline. Okay? And I talked about the outline last week. So I'm going to talk about it some more today. And if you look in the comments, I have given you the outline, all right, that I like to use. And it's a combination of lots of people's sort of input and some stuff from Save the Cat and a lot of writers, okay? But this is what I found really helped me, is once the first, second or third draft is done, these are the questions. I create the outline after I've written the draft, because I write from a very oral tradition place. So I tell stories into a recorder and then transcribe them. So I actually have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of copy already, lots of raw material. Part of what helps me structure that is my dreaming out loud technique. And I will put the link here for you to sign up for that, because it's nothing short of amazing. And I outlined how I began writing and finished writing in my TED Talk. And that is what this mini course is about. Let's see if it'll let me. Well, I guess I have to wait until we're done talking in order to put it in. Okay. So I will put that mini course in. It's 3 short videos. It's my TED Talk cut up into, edited into short videos with the workbooks attached. Okay. And I use this dreaming out loud technique to figure out what I wanted to write about, why I wasn't writing, what I'm an expert at, and what the story is I needed to be telling. Because the story I needed to be telling is wrapped up in my purpose and understanding what my major life lessons are here in this lifetime. Once you're clear about that, it makes writing simpler, right? Because the source of writing is you, it's your soul, it's your series of experiences that you've lived here and lived well. You're just infusing them into other characters' lives to tell a story, right? Okay, so what the outline does is take the story that's already within you and put it into a structure. And I believe you should regurgitate all the story that there is and not worry about, is it right? Does it work? Just get it all down on the page. Then organize it into a structure, just outline. And if you are a oral storyteller or a natural person that kind of tells a story, this is going to sing to you, right? If you rely on structure and outside stuff first, this might be a bit of a challenge, but a good challenge, because it will teach you so much about what you already know that you're not accessing, okay? So the first part of the outline is opening image. Your opening and closing image. What are those images? And why are they important? Your opening image is the moral of your story, essentially. It is, what is the protagonist's journey? What do they need to learn? What are they struggling with? It's always metaphorical if it's truly beautiful. I always think of the color purple because structurally he just did brilliant things with visual storytelling. Okay, he totally deviated. Stephen totally deviated from the script, which is fine, which is the original book, because you can only tell one story really well, right, in film. Otherwise, it'll be 17 hours. The opening image, big golden field. The world is broad and wide and beautiful. Okay, broad and wide and beautiful, right? And there's 2 little tiny little girls singing a song, a child's, little rhyme about they'll always be together. And you come up upon them in this big wide open field. And then the next opening scene is about how from the time that they're really little, someone rips them apart and they spend their entire lives trying to get back to that field. And then how does the color purple end? These two women are now old women back in that field again. That is the story of the color purple. He does it in these glorious images so that you actually feel what the protagonist's struggle is, as opposed to thinking of it literally, right? So once you get your audience start feeling, they automatically enter into the story with you. Because you're talking to the heart, you're not talking to just the mind. You are weaving a parable, okay? A beautiful poetic parable, which is what writing is all about, okay? So you have that opening image. That's what the story is about. And you have the closing. So if you're having trouble with the opening and the closing images, it's because what this story is about, the struggle that the protagonist is here to resolve, is not clear to you, the writer. And it needs to be. Otherwise, the story will lose momentum. It will lose action. It will lose the ability to open up to people and allow them to enter into the story and empathize with your protagonist. Okay? So the first thing is do some discovery about why you're writing this story and who's it for. And I'm going to break down this outline in small chunks over the next few weeks. I will be back here, same time, same place, same back channel, every week. And I will discuss a different portion of this outline. So today I have talked about the opening and the closing image. And how I'm going to phrase that is, this story, what is your protagonist here to learn? How are they changed by the end